Alright, so I had a subscriber of mine comment on one of my videos back when I converted my F-150 to carburetor, and he was wanting to know a little more detail how I was able to mount the TPS sensor on the side of the carburetor. And what I did was I have some old footage, and I'm just going to link it together and post a short video of kind of how I did that for him. And speaking of the truck, it's been doing great since I've swapped it to carburetor. I haven't had a single bit of issues. TPS sensor still holding where I bolted it down, and it's still shifting fine and everything. So anyways, that's what this little video will be about. Hope y'all are doing well. But what I'm working on now is I made this plate for the TPS sensor. So my truck is a E4OD transmission, and I've read some forums, and they said if you have your stock distributor, your stock computer, stock computer, stock distributor, TPS sensor, stock TPS sensor, or a TPS sensor, and your map sensor, the transmission should still shift. So I'm going to give it a try. So what I did is to get my TPS sensor to work, that's the shape of it. The actual mechanism that turns is spring loaded. So what I did is came down to the screw where the old choke used to be, and it was already taken off when I got this carburetor. So I grooved that screw there so that it fits on that. It'll, the grooves will sit there and there. It fits perfectly, just like that. See? Perfectly. And as I press the throttle, which I can't do because I got one hand occupied with the phone, it'll move the TPS sensor. So all I'll have to do is extend the harness, because the factory TPS was on the throttle body. I'll just have to extend that harness over to this side, and it should, theoretically, it should work. Now what I'm gonna have to do is, you see how it kind of stood off? So I'm gonna have to, this is just the plate is just temporary bolted on. What I'm gonna have to do is bolt this to the plate, but have this plate stand off. So I'm gonna have to put some spacers behind it and have it stand off, and it should work out pretty good. I think I forgot to drill that hole there also, so there'll be another hole there, but let's see, yeah, it'll clear. With the sensor on it, it'll still clear because it's right there. So that'll be perfect. I wish there was one more on this side, but there's not. So I'll work with what I got. It should be stiff enough. What I'll do is I'll get some probably like some 5/8 tubing of some sort, like probably even brake line would actually work for that, the diameter of that screw. I can't remember what diameter that is. And use them as spacers for the back instead of building up a bunch of washers, So anyways, I'll get to that. I can just plug this in to get the truck cranked up, and once I get the truck dialed in, because I got to break in the camshaft and all that, so I'll have other things to worry about for now. But once I get the camshaft broken and get the truck idle, where it's idling and timing set, then before I'm ready to test drive it, then I could deal with all this. But while it's raining outside and I can't do much outside, I'm kind of modifying this, getting it ready, so it won't be so much work when the time comes.